story. So, like back in the day when we used to have these like these jurisdictional conferences, like meetings, like when mad churches get together and and they fellowship, and like you come and just like there's food, there's chicken downstairs and all of this, and so the kids will always be getting in trouble because there were so many like the sanctuary was always filled, and but our parents were so busy, like we could hang out downstairs, but of course like that's not what we were supposed to be doing. So we're hanging like downstairs in the lower auditorium, and and so it will always be, it will always be like the ushers that would come and like and spoil spoil our fun. And they were doing their jobs. Like there's one in particular I'm thinking of too. But and she's so nice. Like, oh man, like I just look back, I'm like, yo, good Lord. We were really some mischievous children at times. So like you already knew, like when it's like state meeting, spring conference, anytime we got together, like when everybody, when all the churches came together, you already knew what it was, you know what I'm saying? Like you talk to your friends outside, you talk to your friends downstairs until y'all got kicked out and had to go back into the service, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was definitely hot. There was not air conditioning in the church at the time, in that church. And so, like, just saying, that factored in as well. But, so we were just like, just kind of doing what we did every time. And so what they ended up doing, like they started making, making announcements and stuff, or like or telling us as soon as we got into the church, like, well, y'all not gonna be hanging out and you're gonna be doing this and doing that. You're gonna be in the service and you're gonna do da. You're gonna be sitting in. It's like, so, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like, all right, we'll adapt. And so, what happened was like we would just do what we wanted anyway. And you know what I'm saying? Like, and of course, like they would threaten to tell your parents and all of that. And, sometimes you just kind of took the L because it was like, you know what? It is what it is, yo. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get in trouble. I know I'm not gonna get beat for this. So, you know what I mean? Like I'll get in trouble, but it ain't gonna be, it's not gonna be like, level 5. It ain't gonna be, ain't gonna be that. We would take the L, but like then like people was like tired of their kids getting talked to all the time. So like they would end up a lot of times having, they get in trouble. You didn't see them for the rest of the service. They had to sit with their parents. And so I would come up with, like ways to be able to still do what I wanted to do. And like, but like also like, just to get on the nerves of the ushers because, it's just a jerk thing to do. I thought it was funny. So I would get permission to do stuff, and I would know, I would know that you're supposed to tell somebody that you need to, that you have permission. But I would just do it. I wouldn't tell nobody, just hoping that somebody would say something to me so that I could just be like, you can't tell me I can't do that. My mom already told me that. I'm straight. And so, you know what I mean? Like, I had, and so it was like, there was a Friendlies right in the back of our church. And that was like a ice cream, like they're known for ice cream. They sell food as well. Pretty good food. If you're ever in New England. And so they, and so we would, they would come, like they were serious, dog. Like they would come over and like there would be kids hanging out at the Friendlies, and they would be like, yo, like they bus you, and then like they bus you, and you would get like they like get back to church, like so we scatter like roaches. You know what I'm saying? When somebody say like, yo, they coming, like we would run out the other door, and so like yo, this, you know what I mean? Like, I started hitting them with that okie doke, and you know what I mean? Like, I would get permission, and so like then what they did, they started to, my grandfather was the pastor. He was also, you know, like our bishop. So what they started doing, like they started telling him so that he would be like, you know, y'all keep the kids in church and service, blah, blah, blah. So then what I did was I talked to him myself. And you know what I'm saying? Like, so I was like, oh, like, you know, granted, I don't, you know, like, I'm gonna be hungry. Is it okay if I go, you know? So then I got permission from him, but they definitely didn't know that. And so I used that again to my advantage. And I went, I went and I was like, and I was outside, and this, you know what I'm saying? One of the ushers came up, she was like, oh, you need to get in the church. And I was like, oh, it's hot in there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just gonna stay out here for a little while. It's like, I'm gonna tell your mother. I'm like, go ahead and tell her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she already knows that I'm out here. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so she was like, oh, I'm gonna let Bishop know. And I was like, go ahead. We did that stare, like, you know, that guy like did with Diddy on that thing where like it goes to, it's like his face, he's all googly eyed, and like, you know, goes to Diddy and it goes back to him, it goes back to Diddy. It's like, yo, we just had this stare down. And she was so angry, yo. Yo, you know, it's bad when you know what I'm saying? Like, when you not only figure out a way to not have to be in service, but you know what I'm saying? Like, also a way to antagonize the ushers while you're doing it. And that was me. I had a great deal of fun. Also, I want to say, if you see this, any of you ushers, you do great work, and I'm very sorry for the way that I was as a child sometimes, and as a young adult, because I learned how to not be disrespectful, but also how to get my way without being disrespectful. And it seemed like a win at the time, but now I feel bad about it, although it is fun. So that's it. That's my church kid story.